back to ION Radio. I'm John.
And I'm Ken.
And today is the day after something special.
That's right. Yesterday we hit 4 years on air here at ION Radio, and we couldn't be happier about that. It's a Friday, and that's when we release videos, so that's why we're a little day late. So, although we're a day late, we wanted to give you guys some fun information, take a little time to talk to you about all the neat things we do here on ION Radio, what it means to us. So, John, over the last year, we've had a lot of things go on. What would you say has been the thing that has had the biggest impact over the last year?
Oh, the last year for sure, it's being able to live stream Worlds at AdeptiCon.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. That for me was a lot of fun. We got to meet a lot of interesting people there. You got to play N Worlds and made day 2.
I did. So I'm like 25th in the world ranked.
We should take a look at where we currently stand, what we've done over the last year, and where we've hit over the last 4 years. So let's take a look.
Okay, so one of the things that's interesting is we're in the process of finishing Season 7, and at the end of Season 7, you and I have then played all the commanders on screen individually. That's
right. There's been a minor change with Anakin and Draven, so we'll repeat some of those. But all the commanders, if you want to see John's take on a commander or mine, they're there, and there's, 38 commanders, give or take? 40?
Yeah, so it's like 40 episodes. It's like 4 seasons we've dedicated to it.
So a ton, but we've enjoyed having the opportunity to do that, and I'm looking forward now to just some more regular matchups. So speaking of commanders, one thing that we have done is a little bit of a different type of command in Command Stack. So John, what do you want to say about us?
So when Ryan and Garrett approached us and were like, do you want to be on a podcast? We were like, yes, we want to be on a podcast with you guys. So we've made really good friends with them, and they were there with us for AdeptiCon, and we enjoy doing the podcast with them.
I had an opportunity to quick get a hold of Garrett and Ryan. Let's go to them and see what they've got to say about their memories on Command Stack. All right, guys, so welcome back to the Command Stack portion of our 4-year anniversary show. So we've got Ryan and Garrett with me here. And guys, you've been a part of the channel, or we've been doing Command Stack, I should say, since March of last year. But we kind of started talking about this podcast roughly 2 years ago. So, it's been a joy for me to have you guys. But how are you guys doing today?
Really good. Yeah. I can't believe it's been so long.
We're doing well. I'm doing well, and it's we're just happy to be part of your part of ION Radio channel.
Well, we've been enjoying doing the podcast with you guys. So I've got a couple fun, quick questions for you as part of our 4-year anniversary show. So now that you guys have been kind of affiliated with us, and we've been doing Command Stack for about 2 years, so what for you guys has been the best thing that's happened in those 2 years, specifically with Command Stack?
So I know this is like the sappy answer, but like I really enjoy like just hanging out with you guys and doing it like as friends. I think that's really cool and not something I've really had in the community prior to doing the podcast. And so like I look forward to the podcast, not necessarily to like just to get the news out about like what's going on in the community, but like just to hang out with you guys. And I think that's really fun.
Yeah, it's a really good answer. I really just like I really like how much I've learned from you guys. First off, I've learned a lot more about, Ken, Ryan, and John. It's a really special group of people. I've had a really good time just, having these opportunities to talk things out and learn about more of the Armada community. Because not only is Command Stack, in our area or whatever, but we get to hear from people globally. And it's not Command Stack related, like connected totally, but when we got to do AdeptiCon and got to stream it and stuff, that was incredibly cool. Right.
Yeah.
That for me, and I know John as well, have been highlights from this last year, was being able to stream Adepticon, and both of us are overly grateful that we had Adrian joined us. He's not in this part of the 4-year celebration, but you guys got to hang out with him as also. And we're really thankful that you guys joined us for a bit during Adepticon. That was just a lot of fun for us, and we really enjoyed spending countless hours for 4 days straight with you guys.
Yeah, I guess I want to say, like, I think it's really cool being on Command Stack because I feel like I'm an important part of like the Armada community, which is really neat. It's like it's like a worldwide thing in Armada, and we get a piece of that pie. You know what I mean? I think it's just really cool. As like just a player of stuff. Yeah.
So have there been any like unexpected joys or fun stories that have come out of being a part of Command Stack in the Armada community?
Yes. I think our primary one has been our repeated foresight that we have in calling the development of Armada and making predictions, because it all started with John, who said, when they were talking about
Raddest drop of Providence.
Raddest drop of Providence. Like the next day, boom. Oh, the Providence is legal for rebel fleets. Like that makes no sense, right? But they're like, sure. No one had ever heard of a Providence being in a rebel fleet before, but here we go. That's canon now. And that was cool. And then we just like continue to do it. We've had some this summer, and we talked about points changes. I had talked about we kind of need points changes to Anakin. Boom. We upend everything in the Armada scene, change Anakin, change Onagers. So, and there's one other predictive one out there that I forgot, but that was fun.
Troopers have also become a thing because we keep talking about it.
Yeah. Well, not only did we get boarding troopers, but they made the World's Open Qualifier has a boarding troopers altart. That was cool. But yeah, no, right. Like I think our optimism overall, like for the game, has been really nice. Because there was some negative time there for a while in the Armada community, and we stayed pretty positive all the way up into that. We finally hit the hill where they, that magical Onager test bed at 116 points, right? Was like crazy good. So I don't know, that's my favorite part. It's like it's like a really healthy outlook of the game. Like we really love it and enjoy it. So I think
we survived the dark ages, right? We survived the dark ages.
Like we started it like I feel like when everything was like really, it was like we're in the shadows. We didn't know if there was going to be a positive outlook for this game. And in the last year and 9 months or whatever, it's gotten so much better playability wise, competitively.
So since Ryan brought it up, I'm going to kind of phrase this in a fun way. I was going to kind of ask what are our goals or dreams for Command Stack over the next year, because you always do that when you start talking about anniversary years. But I'm going to throw another one in there. What is our prediction for what comes next with Armada, just so that we can say we said it here first again?
Well, I'm gonna say we're gonna get a rapid reinforcements of squadrons that add some needed things like strategic and rogue to both CIS and rebels, or CIS and GAR. And I think they're gonna pull it from the current ships that we have, the squadron stands. I think that'll be part of if we get another rapid reinforcements. I'd like new plastic, but I'll take in the short time that specifically rogues and villains for CIS and GAR.
I think we're going to get squadron rebalancing. I think for the first time, they changed the price of ships. And I think now they're going to take a look at squadrons and see, hey, Han Solo, you don't need to be 26 points. So I predict, and we speak the truth here, Han Solo, 22 points. Let's book it.
Also, Luke loses
Luke,
escort, gets Adept 2.
Love it.
I'm writing these down so that, when it happens, I can say, all right, on this date.
No, don't worry. We'll remember.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, again, like I said before, John, I really appreciate being invited into being part of Command Stack. And then we had this great thing going for a while and hopefully for quite a bit yet with a lot of new Armada content, hopefully around the corner. Like Ryan said, Han Solo being 22 points, or I think it'll be a Gar Architans, but we'll find out as time goes on. Do you guys have any final thoughts or things you want to bring to the table here before we close out this segment?
Man, I hope that we're equally as excited in November of next year about like upcoming stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I hope we have a bunch of stuff that just shakes up things.
This is a great game. Like, I've recently started getting into some other games, and like the core of this game is so solid, and like other games really can't compare. And so like just rely on, and I say that in the effort of like try to just keep building your community. If you're a person where that interests you and you really want to build a community, people have worked really hard, and we've tried to showcase that from time to time. People working hard to build up their community. So much so that they're getting world qualifiers. And so like the game is worth it. And it's really fun. So if you have the ability, keep doing everything that you can to just keep building, bring new players in. Every day we're seeing people coming in. I just bought into the game. What's going on with it? Just it is building, I think, with store champs coming back, and I really have a sense of optimism here. So just keep doing the daily work of trying to build the game if you're able to. I think it really helps. It's really appreciated. No one will ever see it, other than that we have a pretty healthy game right now.
No, definitely. Great game. Everything's viable, and that's one of the things that's great about this game is any 400-point fleet stands a chance to do really well. And hopefully we've highlighted that time and time again with all our different podcasts here on Command Stack. And then again, just Ryan, Garrett, thank you so much for being a part of Command Stack and letting me and John join you guys for the ride. It's been a real treat for us.
We're like, thank you for letting us be on the ride.
Yeah. Ride your coattails. Let's be honest.
All right, guys. So this is Ryan and Garrett, who's part of the Command Stack podcast. We're going to go back and get to the rest of our anniversary show.
One of the exciting things that we've been able to do this last year with the Command Stack is focusing in on not just the big tournaments, but the smaller tournaments, the store championships, with all the store championships that are happening across the globe.
One of the neat things in that is some of the feedback we get from the folks that are in those small store tournaments, just because they got the ability to see the coverage that we've done of all these different places throughout the world. And you're right, that's been a lot of fun. Actually, that makes me think, John, one of the things I really personally have enjoyed about what we've been doing for 4 years are all the different people we've been able to meet throughout the world.
Yeah. When we were at Worlds, having met then people that we've spoken to across the planet multiple times, and being able to hang out with them was a blast.
Yeah, and I know we're definitely looking forward to doing it again at Worlds coming up. So, John, what are your hopes and dreams and goals for the next year here on ION Radio?
Just continuing doing what we're doing. We're going to continue Armada coverage. I haven't finished all of the fleets that I wanted to try out yet. Not having limited it to commanders, I think we're going to start seeing a good variety coming up.
And as I already mentioned, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens coming up with Worlds in March at AdeptiCon. And always my favorite part of the year is when we get into Madness, which is right around the corner.
Admiral Tater has made some new gear, and he wants to tell you about it himself.
Okay, everyone, you just saw me and John. We were talking about Admiral Tater, and we've got a special announcement. And here is Garrett. Garrett, how you doing?
Hey, Ken, I'm doing awesome. Hope everyone else is too. Okay, so yeah, special announcement. So the big thing is right at the top. Right now, if you go to Admiral Tater Ship Shop, we've got 25% off all Ion radio gear. And let me tell you about it. I just did a huge refresh of the entire line. Let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is overall, I've added some colors to the shop. Colors for acrylic, that's the plastic that things are made out of. I added maroon, frosted clear, transparent purple, and teal. But the biggest thing is I went through, and this goes for a few of the Ion Radio products. We'll get the details here. As I've made pearl available for a lot of things. I've tried my best to stock a lot of pearls. It's a very premium acrylic, and it's hard to get a hold of a lot of it. So I've done my best to have a huge selection of blues and reds and greens. And it looks, you can see these black pearl and white pearl behind me there. This stuff looks phenomenal compared to regular acrylic, especially when, you compare it to things like fluorescent reds or something. You just can't beat this, like the wave and the silvery shine that goes into these. But yeah, let's talk about these Ion Radio products. So I've got 12 different items for Ion Radio exclusive here. The first one is, so the first thing we ever did, Ken and John approached me. They're like, hey, we want holders to hold defense tokens. So these really haven't changed. However, they come in a two token slot for squadrons, 3, 4, and 6. And then what I just added today is there's a package you can purchase that instead of adding all individual trays, you get all the ones you need for a fleet. So I think it's like 4 squadron ones for your aces, 3 tokens, 4 tokens, and then a 6 token one for your SSD or Starhawk. And of course, what we did in the past is we were trying to do like a white and black theme, but we've went ahead and made everything so you can get all this stuff in all the colors. So if you want a red on black theme with a black Ion Radio symbol, you can do that. And it looks really cool. And then on top of that, so they don't use these in streaming because it's a little hard to see, but I've got these defense token holders where there's a speed dial on top, and it's got a geared notches that make it really easy to turn. And so your defense tokens and your speed dials all combine into one little piece. And then from there, you can pick it up and move it with your ship card. Because I know a lot of people use command tokens on the ships, and then they pull it from a pool at the side. So those are really neat to have. And then I've redone the Ion Radio rulers. I know everyone would really like the ones we used at Worlds on the stream. And so all the Ion Radio rulers now come in pearl, not just white and black pearl, but all the pearls. So dark red, purple, dark red, dark green, my nebulas, like the green nebula. And so you can get that and choose your paint color. And then I really like these because the close range ruler, we put hello there on. It's hello there range, right? Every time you get that black dice shot in. But they look really good. They're really clean. There's not a lot of excess design on them. And they look really nice. And they got that cool Ion Radio symbol on them. And then after those, we've got regular speed dials. So you can see those here behind me in the picture. And they come in packs of 6. And these are pearl again. So you pick pearl top and bottom, and you can pick different colors for the top and bottom and different paint colors for the top and bottom. I think the ones I got on showcase on the site right now, I've got a chrome set, a white pearl set, and a black pearl set. The chrome stuff looks really good, especially with any other colors. I think I got them black right now, and of course this is black pearl with white, which is, traditionally Ion Radio, right? So that's a really cool pack of 6. And then I've made Ion Radio specific squadron markers. And these are, I would say, like, if there's 2 things you should buy when you're playing Armada, it's rulers and squadron markers. So now you can get your pearl Ion Radio rulers and then Ion Radio squadron markers. These come in white and black, and then they can be any paint color. And then you can buy, and the way these squadron markers are really cool is they have a actual washer that I adhere a thin piece of acrylic to, and the washer is the size of a squadron base, and then the acrylic piece is smaller, so that when you put a squadron on top of it, it locks onto it. slides right over the top. That way it can't move left or right. And then since it's a washer, it's heavy. And so it doesn't accidentally get bumped. I think these are an essential tool to use to really make Armada go smoothly. And you're not a lot of guessing. You can just pick up your squadron, change the health, push the tab, and put it back down exactly where it was. So those look really cool. And then the last thing I've got here is I updated the Ion Radio template trays again. They all come with Pearl rulers. So when you order, you'll select, if you want a standard tray, and then I made options available to upgrade from standard to Pearl. So you can get Pearl lids, a Pearl bottom tray. Of course, it goes up in price because the Pearls are really expensive, but all the trays come with Pearl rulers specifically, as well as the rulers. It comes with the insert tokens that match. And those insert tokens are to go in the maneuver tools. I don't make those. You got to buy those from AMG, of course. And so you can make those match, so it looks really cool, matching your rulers with the tokens, or you can make them a different color. I don't care. But my new template tray is really cool. I think it's been like 18 or 19 months now since I redesigned my template trays, and I made them really thick so that the maneuver tools are sitting down in there, and the lids fit flush, as well as press in small magnets. It's just a really clean look. And then the last thing I want to talk about is my favorite thing is my Ion Radio round counter holders. I actually just made one for myself after my redesign so I could take it to a tournament on Saturday. These are really cool. So specifically at the top, there's a dial that turns, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as it rotates, 1 is blue, 2 is orange, or if you want me to change colors, I can. And then on each side, there's a victory token counter for each player. And it goes from 0 to 20. So it takes out, you don't have to use tokens to count victory tokens anymore. Of course, you still can, but I like this thing. It's slick. It's the size of a standard size card. So like a squadron card. So it's really easy to store. And it's 3 layers of acrylic, basically. It's got a backing piece to it. And the best part about these is they're pearl again. And you can get any of the pearl colors, front, dials, and back, and then have them painted any specific way you want. And so these are really cool, because, especially now at 25% off, you're getting a Pearl round counter dial, and that's a huge deal. And this goes for the template trays too, because I'm not going to have a sale on regular template trays. So if you want a template tray 25% off with Pearl rulers, this is a really good time to jump on it. So that's my Ion Radio stuff, looking really good. I'm going to have also a sale on tokens overall, 25% off tokens. So like, shield dials, other insert tokens, command tokens, etc. One big thing I've been really excited about I came out with this year is my rigid shield dials. People have asked for them for a long time, and I was really heavily against doing it because I wanted to keep everything really pure as far as like the shape of things. But let me tell you, I've not received more good feedback than on making these notch rigid shield dials, because as we know, all of our ships come with like different size black pins. And like trying to turn shield dials when you're sweating and it's in the middle of everything, but when they got notches, and I make them nice big notches, so you can really get your finger in there and turn them, which is a giant relief. And then those come with you can get them painted like all white or whatever, like transparent blue to look like shields. And then I got a version, it's called the Red Zero shield, Red Zero warning. So when it gets to 0, it's red. It's fun because your ship's about dead. And then I also came out with those ship ID tokens. Those are the things you put on your ship to count. Like if you got like 17 hammerheads, you got 1 through 17 to keep track of them. But anyways, I came out with a pack of 6 that are Pearl version. And of course, you can get the Ion Radio logo on those, and that looks really slick. Let's see here. And then after years of people asking me, I finally gave in and made a token tray. I got 2 sizes of it. It's made of acrylic, so it can be quite the endeavor to produce. So they're not incredibly cheap, but I'll be completely honest there. They're difficult to make out of acrylic because there's so many layers, and I use really thick acrylic to make it, but they look really cool. I got 2 sizes. There's a card tray size, like my Tater template trays. And that one goes inside my Tater turnip boxes. And so that looks pretty cool. And then I've got a template tray size. So a few months ago, I started producing all of my template trays that have magnets on the bottom so that it can start hooking to additional trays that I'm making to go to it. But other than that, I'm pretty excited. This sale is going from November 17th to December 4th. So that's like over 2 weeks into Cyber Monday, I think is what they call it. So this is retailers' time of the year. But I encourage you to look at this Ion Radio stuff. It looks really good. Especially like, these speed dials and these ramp counter dials and the rulers. It's a good opportunity to get incredibly premium gear for your game, especially how many store championships are happening like every weekend everywhere. So bring stuff to show off, or if you want to get stuff to give away as prizes too, always contact me and I'll see if I can do something special if you're doing a store championship. So yeah, that's all I got, Ken. Thanks again for letting me talk here.
Oh, sure. I mean, Garrett, we've absolutely loved your stuff. Really looking forward, because we just put in an order for a whole bunch of this. We're looking forward to get
Hopefully
that.
It shows up on stream soon.
It probably will. And if you want to see it in person, if I'm ever at our local game store, I usually bring a whole bunch of Tater gear because I use it and it's good stuff. But definitely, this is kind of great in the timing, just in terms of when you had this out. Happened to coincide with our 4-year anniversary, so it's kind of a great little present you're giving to us, Tater.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm excited for you to get this package here, so it's a lot of good stuff. All right, well, anything else for me? You guys going on?
No, Garrett, I really don't have anything extra here. I mean, this is just an outstanding set of products. If you guys have had any of Admiral Tater's stuff, you already know the quality you get with it. And then the Pearl stuff, this is the exact same material that we were using at Worlds for the official rulers on that streaming table. And, I use them, well, now every Sunday when I go out to play games at the local stores. So definitely top quality stuff. Garrett, thank you so much for putting all this together. And like I said, we're looking forward to getting it into our hands. And I'm sure everyone at home wants to get theirs too.
Yep, my pleasure.
All right, everyone, we're going to send you back out and to me and John.
So we have a lot of people we want to thank. We want to start by thanking Garrett and Ryan for being our co-hosts of the Command Stack.
Should probably also thank Adrian for helping us out at AdeptiCon. We're looking forward to having him back again as well.
Okay. Big shout out and thank you to both of our families, our wives who are very supportive of us, and both of our sons who mine's not quite 2, so he doesn't know what's going on, but yours as well.
No, that's true. And definitely huge shout out to all to our families, because let's be honest, without their support and their willingness to let us play games and record it, we could not bring this content to you. So for sure, they are the biggest fans that we have.
Okay. Also, big shout out and thank you to all of our Patreon members who have helped support us through the years and be able to upgrade our equipment and keep bringing you the highest quality that we can.
And a final thank you to all the 4,000 plus subscribers that we had, and everyone else that's been watching us throughout the years, the comments and everything else. And this is what keeps us going every week to make sure we can get another video out to you guys. So thank you so much. Really, it means a lot to us.
Here's to another year. I'm John.
And I'm Ken.
And this is Ion Radio.
We're going to do that again. Hello and welcome back to Ion Radio and the 2023 Star Wars Armada World Championship here at AdeptiCon. With me, as always, is John Thompson, and I'm Ken.
We will just fix that in editing, right?
Yeah.
We have done this before while filming, so it's not the first time. So I'm excited to be on the stream. Ken and I are going to kick off round 2.
You're going to swap out?
I'll swap.
All right. So Garrett's going to come out. Ryan's going to come in. We're going to talk to him for a little bit as well, because we want to make sure that you guys get a couple different variant opinions. We also, again, want to give everyone a break. Ryan, how are you doing?
I'm good. I drove in from Louisville this morning. I've somewhere along the road lost my voice, which is going to be great for streaming, so I apologize for that. But this is really fun. You guys have a great setup here. Looks like there's a Confire on the SSD.
That's right. We're entering this is the playoffs, right? We're getting down to day 3 tomorrow. We got day 2, top 26, best of the best, cream of the crop players right now. And we've got a really exciting match to start off here first. Welcome, Adrian.
Hello.
What a game. That was exciting all the way through.
Wow.
I thought the Republicans were going to pull that off. Reese made some incredible moves there with those Venators in the beginning that really locked down Angry Ewok ships.
Yeah, one thing that I knew that you would be happy about how well the Republic was doing early on, and up until that last round, it was just Akbar, man. Akbar with those dice, some really great maneuvering, never out of the fight, bringing that CR around to threaten, but Akbar getting as first player.
Yep.
It's rough. I mean, the Republic had the big bid to go second, and everything seemed to be going just his way.
All the way up to round 5.
Correct. Absolutely. But, yeah, I just got to say, amazing sportsmanship, like we mentioned before. Reese and Adam, both just amazing sportsmen.
On in. And
hello.
Here we go. Everyone, Will Schick has joined us in the Ion Radio booth. Thank you very much.
I've been with you for a while. I was watching the nail-biting conclusion to what just happened in that last round.
Wasn't this a great game, though? At least from the end here?
I mean, I came in at like 1, so 30 minutes ago or something?
Give or take.
And
right as the best action started.
And so I was trying to get caught up on all the action that had happened, but the thing that I don't know that people at home could see as well, but I could watch the whole time, I read the story through the players' faces.
Yes.
Like literally every time they had to reach for dice, you saw consternation, concern, and then they would roll the dice, and there would be a moment of serenity, and then you would know whether the dice, because I can't see the dice from, of course, across the stanchions,
right.
But I knew exactly what the results were based on serenity, and then you just knew. And it was like, I've read the dice, and you were like, okay, well, that worked or it didn't work.
Right. And actually, that's one of the things that we like seeing from here, because we get the player's view looking right into that dice tray. And we're standing up watching exactly what's happening. Every once in a while, they have a great roll, and they see us with that facial expression like, wow. And here they are. We've gotten a couple chuckles from the players as well, getting a kick out of what we're doing.
An incredible day, right?
You know what? This is, for all, you cannot end Worlds better than how we saw it. Mutual tabling, and the person that eked out that victory, the second player, actually won the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, and super excited because Armada has a future for next year. We have a whole season starting on Star Wars Day, May the 4th.
That's correct.
That's going to be leading us right back to here for the next Worlds.
And that's everywhere. Everyone's waving and saying hello. It's great. The unfortunate thing, John, is now we have to take all this down. But we do get to go home, which is a good thing.
Yeah. So before we close out, I would like to throw out some big thank yous. First, to my wife for letting me leave her and my son at home to come over here. Big thank you. I love you. She encouraged me to do this.
And you know what? It was good that you were here. Ryan was great. Little John's going to be excited to see you when you get home today, John. And you know what? You get a little break from Armada too.
Right.
So, and I'm glad that you were able to be here. And hey, this was great. We've got a lot of family support. I've got nothing but to thank Sheila for everything. Yeah, letting me be out here for 5 days. And definitely to Daniel, my son. I'm hoping has helped his mother with different things. Mine's just a little bit older than yours.
But big thanks to both of you. Love you both. And, I could not have asked for anything better than to our two families to allow us to spend this amount of time away from home, encourage us to do what we're doing, and just frankly, this has been great.
Yes, it has.